So hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been like 10 months maybe. Sorry if you can hear my dog, he's just walking about here. I'm just gonna let him do his thing. But yeah, I thought I would do a little video as I've not done one in like 10 months. But it's going to be a different video than I usually do. I'm going to be talking about MS because I was diagnosed over 5 years ago now, multiple sclerosis, sorry it's a bit hard to say. But yeah, I wanted to talk about my story basically because up until this year I didn't accept it. I hadn't accepted it basically. I was on a treatment that sort of like made me normal, if you know what I mean. Like I didn't feel like I had it. So I've also got a cup of coffee here. I'll just show you my little cup. Oh my god, it's so cute, and it's Christmassy too. I got it for Christmas last year. But yeah, I'm just gonna have a wee sip now. Yum. I'm just gonna set it back here because I'm scared I'm gonna spill it. But yeah, I wanted to share my story with you all because I just wanted to, basically. So I have it all on my phone here in case you wonder why I'm looking down, because my memory's not the best, so I kind of forget things. I have a blog post wrote about this and I will have it linked down below, but I just wanted to make a video because I don't know, people like to watch videos. I love YouTube, I love to watch videos. And I also, by the way, I got a new camera. Oh my god, I'm so excited. It's the Canon EOS M6. And yeah, I'm just so excited. Look at how good the quality is. Like, what? But anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So basically, in October of 2013, I was 21. Coming 27 now, I'm coming 28. But anyway, I was 21 and I first experienced my first symptom of MS, which was numbness on my left side. I initially thought it was, I don't know, a trapped nerve or a dead leg or something out there. But anyway, I was freaking out about it because it's not normal to experience something like that. And so I decided to go to my GP, which I went to him anyway. And he was like poking me with a wee stick and be like, can you feel this, can you feel that, blah blah blah. And I was like, no. So he then referred me to a neurologist, which I got a letter obviously to go to an appointment for that there. But between that and between October to January, then January 2014, I experienced another symptom, which obviously it was all new to me then, but anyway, I know what they are now. That was double vision in my right eye. So sort of like if I was driving, I probably shouldn't have been driving, but anyway, when I was driving and I sort of looked to the left or to the right, I sort of could see double. It didn't last very long and it wasn't affecting my vision in front. It was just sort of whenever I looked to the right, and that's how I noticed it. And yeah, so that lasted about 2 weeks as well. And the first one, the numbness, it started off in my left thigh and travelled the whole way down to my foot and up onto my left arm as well. But that only lasted about 2 weeks as well. But anyway, then I obviously was referred to a neurologist and I got an appointment with him. I don't actually know when that was. It was between January and May, in between that time of 2014. And anyway, I went to that appointment. It was in Korean Hospital and I had some reflex tests done, you know, where they like hit your knee and you reflex obviously, and there's other things too. And I got referred to go and get an MRI. Now obviously that was between January and May as well. That was my first time ever getting an MRI, and that was done, is it Antrim Hospital? I don't know, I can't remember. I think it's up that way somewhere. Anyway, so I went and got an MRI done up there, and then in May of 2014, that was the day I was diagnosed. In May sometime, I don't actually know the specific day, but anyway, I was diagnosed then in May 2014, and I was actually working that day. I work in retail, I'm a supervisor, and luckily enough that day I was on with my manager and another customer care, so I was able to just nip out. I says to him, I was like, can I just, you know, nip out to this appointment, I'm just getting my results or whatever. I literally thought it was going to be like half an hour max. Anyway, needless to say, and I didn't return that day. I didn't take any time off work actually. I went back the next shift I was supposed to be on, but I didn't go back that day because, hello, I was diagnosed with MS. I was like freaking out. So yeah, that day I was diagnosed. I just left work then just to obviously go to the appointment. I was meeting my mum and my sister, and they were actually running late. And I was like, oh my god, I'm going to have to go in here by myself. At the time, I was like, it's no big deal. Like, I didn't know what was coming, but thankfully they made it in time, and they were there whenever I got the news, obviously. And yeah, it was pretty shit. I cried my eyes out, and my sister then stayed with me the rest of the day. Obviously, so did my mum. I was going off on a wee tangent there. What was I going to say? Oh, so I didn't return to work, and I actually met my MS nurse that day, who's not my MS nurse anymore, but anyway, that's a long story. What's the right word to say? She was basically then talking to me of the next steps that would happen in regards to like my treatment. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry if the lighting's going on. I'm just using natural lighting. I'm sitting in front of the window and the sun's going in between clouds, etc. So sorry about that. But natural lighting's the best, I think. So yeah, she was telling me what was happening, whatever. I had to go and get some bloods took that day, and then she said obviously she'd see me in due course to obviously start treatment. Yeah, the rest of that day I spent with my sister. So me and Stacey then went to my work, and I obviously explained that I wasn't going to be coming in for the rest of the shift, and the manager understood. And then we went to tell Barry because Barry was working that day, and yeah, I just sort of broke down in the car park. I was like, oh, I've got MS. But anyway, he was fine about it, obviously. Still with me now. We're nearly together 10 years. It'll be 10 years this May coming. But anyway, so yeah, that was a tough day, but I'm still here. I got through it. Anyway, so between May 2014 and September 2014, I experienced another episode or whatever symptom of numbness, which lasted about a week or so. And as well, in between that there, I received a package from my nurse, who she sent me information about the treatments that I was available to get. So there was a whole pile. There was I can't remember now, but there was injections, tablets and drips that I could pick from, and I chose to go with Avonex. Now, being someone that doesn't like needles, that was a bit stupid, but anyway, I chose Avonex. It's like a pre-filled injection, so all you have to do is sort of like put it on your leg, push it in and hit a button, and it automatically shoots in with the medicine. But anyway, so yeah, I chose Avonex. I started Avonex on the 1st of September 2014, and I was asked to go up to the Royal in Belfast, the Royal Hospital, to start that there. And that day I went up with my mum and dad, and obviously I started it. I was crying again because it wasn't fun. I mean, I had to take an injection, and then it's Avonex is one that you have to take once every week, so I chose to do it every Monday night, and because the 1st of September was a Monday, so then I just chose a Monday from then on. So yeah, that day then we obviously were in Belfast, and obviously because we live about an hour and a half away from Belfast, we chose to stay and go shopping. But after having Avonex in my system a few hours, I started to get, what is it they call it, a side effect. I started to get a side effect, which was flu-like symptoms. That was the one that I got every single time. Every time I took it, I would get like a banging headache, and then I would just be all like cold and like shivery. Oh, it was just not nice. But anyway, I decided then that I would take, I was talking to my nurse, and she said you could take paracetamol and, is it Nurofen or ibuprofen, whatever the heck they are. You take one of them. Say, I used to take the injection at like 7, I think. I can't remember now because it was like 2014 and it's 2019 now. So I think I took it at 7, and then at 9 o'clock I would have took 2 paracetamol, and then is it 4 hours after that I took a Nurofen? I don't know. Anyway, that's sort of combated the flu-like symptoms and I was able to sleep a lot better. Otherwise it was a horrible Monday night and it was just crap. Then on the 13th of October, it was all going well up until then. As I said before, I'm not the biggest fan of needles, and every Monday night I would be anxious about having to do it, and I worked myself up so much on that night I just couldn't. I just physically couldn't push the button. So obviously I was living with Barry at the time. I'm still living with Barry now, but anyway, I was living with Barry and I would have took myself into the bathroom to try and do it there, but I just came out and obviously I was in a state. I was crying my eyes out, and Barry then suggested that he would try and do it obviously in my leg. It was in my thighs, and since then I never looked back. It was a year and a half I was on Avonex, and then from the 13th of October Barry injected me every single Monday night with the injection. Bearing in mind, actually, I think I done it 3 times in that space after, because I went to New York with my sister. I had to do it there. I actually did it. Do you know where I did it? In the Museum of Natural History, is it? The one that's in, what's that movie? Night at the Museum, is it? Anyway, I did it in the toilets in there. Oh my god, it's so funny. That's just a memory that I'll always have. And then I also had to take it, I went to Florida then that summer with my family, and I did it there as well twice. So from October then, was it 2015? Yeah, I think it was. February I was in New York, and then June, July I was in Florida, and I took it there. So that was 3 times, and I was able to obviously travel with it. You get like a travel form. Anyway, I'm going off in a whole spiel here. I didn't intend on saying that, but anyway, so yeah, after that it was the 13th of May, and I had an MRI in 2015 and an MRI at the start of 2016, which unfortunately showed that I was still getting lesions in my brain and in my spine. That's where MS attacks you at. And so I was advised then to start another treatment, because obviously Avonex wasn't doing anything. It wasn't stabilising the MS or whatever. It's supposed to sort of like stabilise it, and you're not supposed to have as many, and it obviously wasn't doing that for me. So I then had to pick another treatment to choose or to try. I was then obviously given another package of information on treatments to try, and this time there was no injections involved except for a drip, but I didn't have to self-drip, if you know what I mean. I was given tablets to choose from and a drip, so there was 2 drips and I think 3 tablets, but anyway, I chose fingolimod, or I think it's called galenia or something. Anyway, I called it fingolimod, and that was it's a tablet that you take daily, and I decided to take it. I would have taken it at like 10 o'clock every single day. I don't know when exactly I started that. It must have been 2016 sometime. Fingolimod is a tablet that you take. I'm sorry, I'm just reading my notes here because I just sort of go off in a whole spiel if I don't. So yeah, fingolimod is a tablet that you take daily, preferably at the same time. Now I started taking it at 10 o'clock every day, so I kept that up. And to start the process of fingolimod, you have to go to a hospital. Now the hospital I went to was Belfast City Hospital. You have to be hooked up to an ECG machine, which I don't know what ECG stands for, but I'm sure somebody does. It monitors your heart, so that's why I had to go to hospital. So it takes 8 hours to whatever. It took 8 hours that day anyway. I had to go to Belfast City Hospital and stay on the ECG machine, and I think they also checked my bloods. Now the day that I went to the hospital to start fingolimod, obviously I was there for 8 hours. My mum and dad and brother came with me, I also brought a colouring in book and a book to read, which was The Girl on the Train. But yeah, everything went well with the ECG, whatever. My heart was fine, and so the tablet was working really well. And also, fingolimod lowers your white blood cell count, so every time, so you get 3 boxes of fingolimod every single time. You know, like say I don't know, you start it in January, then you've got January's month, February's month and March's month, and in the last 2 weeks leading to the end of March, so in the middle of March, then you have to go and get your bloods checked. So I don't know, they check the white blood cell count, so to make sure they're not getting too low, then you get another 3 months. Anyway, I had to have that done obviously every single time that I needed to get more tablets, because they wanted to make sure that my white blood cells weren't getting too low. But anyway, that's sort of going to wrap up this video. I wanted to say that I'm currently not on fingolimod, but that is another story for another day. I don't even know how long this video is. OMG, it's nearly 20 minutes. But yeah, I just wanted to share my story because whenever I was first diagnosed, I watch YouTube daily. Oh, sorry, I just really want a drink because my mouth's a bit dry. Oh, it's going a bit cold. But yeah, whenever I was diagnosed, I searched on YouTube. I was like, well, to be quite honest with you, I didn't actually know too much about MS. I know, you know, in schools where they have like charities to raise money for or whatever, I sort of knew of MS from that, but I had no idea what it was. Obviously I do now. I try not to research too much into it because I'm an overthinker, and it would just wreak havoc with my brain. So I don't look too much into it. I just go on what I'm feeling, and yeah. So where am I going with that story? See, my brain is so scatty. Oh wait, yeah. I looked on YouTube, and I was 22 at the time. I'm pretty sure there's probably like loads of YouTube videos now on people that have MS and you know what they got up to or whatever. I don't actually look anymore. I follow a few people on Instagram. If you haven't checked out my Instagram, I'll leave the handle below, or my username, whatever. And I also have Twitter, which I'll leave below, but I prefer Instagram. But yeah, I follow a few people on Instagram, and that's about it. I don't have anybody on YouTube that I watch. So if you know of anybody, then leave them in the comments below and I'll check them out. But yeah, I didn't see any videos whenever I was first diagnosed, and that would have really helped me, you know, like, what's the right word, accept it. Up until then, like up until this year, I didn't accept it, and I know I didn't, and I'm quite happy to talk about that now. But yeah, yeah, so anyway, that's going to be it for this video. It's getting a bit dull now. I'm scared it's going to rain, so I'm going to go and bring my washing in, because what time is it now? It's nearly 2 o'clock, it's 20 to 2, so it's been out for, I don't know, over an hour. I'll see if it's dry anyway. Anyway, enough of the talking of washing. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have MS, or if you know of anybody that's got MS, please, you know, have a little chat with me in the comments. I would love to hear about that there. And thank you so much for watching this video. I'm gonna start and upload more regularly now. I've got this amazing camera and I just can't wait to use it. I've got a little doggy, and yeah, so I'm just gonna share stuff with him. I'm gonna try and vlog more. If you want makeup videos, let me know. Fashion hauls, let me know. I was gonna try and do Vlogmas. I'm not gonna do Vlogmas because I've done it now 2 years in a row and failed both times. I will vlog, possibly weekly vlogs at Christmas time. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, yeah, thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you on my next one. Bye!